So in my first candidate weekend, Al Bloom gave a speech about what it means to have such a diverse and inclusive global education in the 21st century, and what it means for NYU AD to be that model for the region. And I found myself thinking about how much I really wanted to go to this amazing and extraordinary place that Al was describing.
It was really a sense of, I'm joining something that's bigger than me, bigger than just one person, and trying to bridge gaps of understanding between different cultures and nations. I think that's the sort of mission that Al Bloom sold me on at NYU Abu Dhabi, and it's definitely one that came true.
Many people take the success of this place for granted, as if you brought these amazing students to this part of the world together, success would be the only outcome. That's not true. In many ways, it's Al's leadership during these very sensitive first 10 years where things could have gone in so many different directions. Al was the one there who was able to steady the ship and guide us to where we are.
Al really has a vision for what's possible here, and he gets people excited about that.
I was department chair at the University of California at Berkeley at that time, and there was really no good reason for me to consider this, except that it sounded very intriguing. And then I met with Al, and I left that meeting and I was sold. His deep belief in what he wanted it to be is what attracted many of us here.
He loves to talk about complex issues, in particular ethically complex issues. He loves to talk about the vision of an educational system that has to respond to the modern challenges of a world society.
When Al came, a big change occurred.
He brought us credibility instantly.
He infused a sense of energy and a sense of ideas and values and a love for higher education.
I think he enjoyed that challenge. I think he enjoyed the fact that there was nothing like this anywhere in the world.
He's a person of ideas, and he likes to talk about how those ideas are going to translate into realities. What is the potential that we have to do something magnificent?
His leadership style for me is always characterized by warmth and encouragement. So he was here to nurture us and to provide us with the feeling of support and of comfort that we needed as a community to take risks and to step forward into what at times felt like the unknown.
Whatever the circumstances, he persisted in teaching us that we have to focus on the students. They are the best of what we could ever do, and if we don't forget that, we are saved.
His door is always open to whoever wants to come.
Meetings with Al are hilarious because you go in with sort of 2 agenda items, and then you come out with kind of 10 new ideas and ambitions to go and save and change the world. You always come out of the meeting feeling so just energized. Yeah, I love meeting with Al.
Al was fantastic in the core reform in the sense that he pulled back and let faculty have their conversations first. He let students have their voices at the table. He didn't insert himself forcefully into the debate, but he let us know that the debate meant something to him.
The one place where I've spent the most time with Al is the Peace Institute, which is a think tank that would focus on conflict issues. And if you think about the culture of the NYU AD campus, and if you think about Al's impress on that culture, it has a lot to do with his devotion to peace and harmony and to people understanding one another.
He made everybody realize that this university is all-encompassing. It doesn't have borders. It doesn't have cultural constraints. We have a common goal.
Sorry, can I see that? That's probably my boss.
Yep. A few things that Al Bloom loves: New York City, Abu Dhabi, and most importantly, the platypus.
So people may or may not know about Al's love for animals.
From penguins to lions.
Anything that moves, creeps, crawls, squeaks.
Some selective animals served up on a plate.
He's quite a carnivore and loves beef and steak and things like that.
Al is great fun when at dinner because he enjoys his food so much. In fact, sometimes we lose him.
What does Al like to eat the most?
He loves beef burgers. Yeah.
His favorite word is trajectory.
Al is weirdly competitive about his kazoo soloing. He burst into 16th notes when trying to render Jimi Hendrix's Purple Haze on the kazoo.
During National Day, a lot of the students from my class and the class above were able to rope him into the traditional dance, and he was the happiest Vice Chancellor doing an Emirati dance during National Day in front of a lot of people.
He's a stamp connoisseur.
Not all kind of stamps collection, only animals collection all over the world.
And he loves platypuses.
We went to Dubai, Green Planet, and we saw the sloth walking. And now last 3 weeks, always talking about sloth.
Al is an incredible traveler. You could go to Al for any kind of travel advice, to both Al and Peggy. They've traveled most places. They could talk to you about the culture, the food, the people.
Al, there are only so many more countries in the world that you haven't visited. And it's time now to tick off the rest of those boxes.
Beyond the academic and intellectual, I think Al has sort of, will have this amazing lasting legacy in terms of creating this sense of shared humanity and instilling that in our students, faculty, and staff.
NYU Abu Dhabi is Al Bloom as much as it is, John Sexton and Hilary Ballon, and those visionaries who made this place.
The number one thing Al and Peggy will miss about NYU AD is its students.
If you walk across the Central Plaza and see students from around the world just casually chatting on their way to class or the dining hall, I think that's what inspires Al.
Al's wife, Peggy, has done a fantastic job connecting to the local community and enriching the education of students from the UAE. And I want to thank you, Peggy, for the work that you've done in this area.
Peggy has unhesitatingly and tirelessly worked with our students to help them rise to be the best that they can be.
I was born and raised in Abu Dhabi, so I've seen the city itself grow. And when NYU Abu Dhabi came, Al was very aware and very proactive about our relationship between NYU Abu Dhabi with the community around us. He understood that we are a university, but we are a university in a community.
I think the mark that Al has left on NYU Abu Dhabi is like incalculable. So much of it has to do with just the sense of values, the sense of community, the sense of a real commitment to teaching and learning, but also to mutual understanding and to creating a community that really reflects the world.
Al is a compassionate, vision-driven leader, and this world needs a lot more of those.
Al Bloom, shukran jazilan. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for everything that you have done for the NYU AD community and as a result Abu Dhabi, the UAE, the region, and the world as a whole for setting the models for excellence in education that you have done through NYU Abu Dhabi. We know that you are leaving us physically, but please know that Abu Dhabi will always be your home.
Al, I'm really grateful for your hard work over the past decade in forming this incredible institution that's impacted my life and countless students.
Working at NYU Abu Dhabi has probably been the most valuable, important, and meaningful event in my professional life. And it is to you I owe a debt of gratitude for allowing me to have this experience, both to work at NYU Abu Dhabi and to experience the joy and benefit of your leadership.
Merci Al pour l'opportunité que vous m'avez accordée, pour votre chaleur. Je vous souhaite une bonne continuation et bonne chance.
Al, I'm extremely thankful for your trust, for giving me the opportunity to be part of, I think, the most exciting experiment in global higher education. And we are where we are as an institution today because of your tireless efforts on all of our behalves.
And you are truly going to be missed. Thank you so much. And thank you for always keeping a wonderful sense of humor, even in the most challenging of times.
And Al, don't worry. I'll look after the cats. I'll find somebody to look after them. They'll be well looked after.
I just want to wish you, Al and Peggy, an incredible future together as always, and to be able to take all the memories of NYU Abu Dhabi with you and just continue to share with the world what you do on a daily basis to make the world a better place.
So I hope over the years ahead
to come to know many, many of you very well.
Dear Al, on behalf of students and alumni, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your continuous investment in NYU Abu Dhabi. Thank you for all of your service and for making this place what it really is. Even more than that, we say thank you for creating a unique example to the world of what higher education in the 21st century could be. Some people thought you would create Swarthmore in the desert, but I would argue that you created something much bigger, much stronger, and much more impactful. NYU Abu Dhabi. Thank you for that.